Hey friends, and welcome back to my channel. So today I decided to do a cook and clean with me. So I'm going to be cleaning my house, and then I'm gonna cook, and then I'm gonna clean some more. And yeah, so it's Sunday, so I typically cook on Sundays or whatever days that my husband is home. So today is your lucky day. Today I'm making lasagna. I know when a lot of people do cook and cleans with me, they're making like a HelloFresh meal or something like that, but your girl don't do HelloFresh. So I'm just gonna make my lasagna that I love to make, and it is so good. So I thought that I would just share it with you guys. This isn't like me following a recipe or anything. I looked on Pinterest, I found the ingredients that I needed, and then I kind of just whipped it together like when we lived in Georgia. So that's what I'm gonna be doing here. But before I get started, I have to clean my kitchen, and then once I get my food in the oven and everything, then I'm going to clean up the rest of my house, and then most likely it will be back a mess, so then I will clean up after that. So if you guys want to see what I'm cooking for dinner tonight, how I cook it, and see me clean my hot mess of a house, then just keep on watching. Alright you guys, so I'm getting ready to brown my ground beef and my vegetables, and I'm gonna basically be making like my meat sauce. So I have here this 3 pounds of ground beef, and I got a big one because I typically will cut this up for different meals. So this is gonna be for 2 meals here. So I'm just gonna cut it down the middle, and then use that 1/2 of it to for my lasagna. And then I also use, the frozen chopped onions and chopped green bell peppers. It tells you like one package is 2 medium onions, and then one package of these is 2 peppers. So I use probably about not even half of it, and sometimes I do use fresh ones, but on a day like this we're gonna use frozen, okay? So either one works, fresh or frozen. And then you can use ground chicken, ground turkey, ground beef, whatever meat that you want to, or you can make it meatless, but my husband wouldn't eat it if it was meatless. So I am going to brown my ground beef, and then once it's about halfway finished, then I'm gonna add in my peppers and my onions. And then I also use the no cook, I think these are the no cook ones. If not, then no, these are you have to cook these ones, which is fine. I typically try to get the no cook ones, but I use these. They're just the great value lasagna noodles, and you just boil them in water, and add salt, and that's basically it. So yeah, I'll show you guys how I'm gonna make it. Alright you guys, so I'm starting off with browning my ground beef, and I'm just gonna be cooking that, and then adding a little bit of salt and pepper to it. I don't like adding a lot of salt and pepper at the beginning, just because I don't want the food to be too salty. And then after I get that situated, I am going to be adding my lasagna noodles to water. You're actually supposed to let the water boil first, but I didn't do that, and they still turned out fine. So that's what I'm doing here, just adding my salt and oil and adding my lasagna noodles. And I also want to apologize for the noise. I am in the back of my husband's semi truck trying to get this video ready for tomorrow, so I apologize for that noise. So using the same pan, I going to be cooking my frozen onion and frozen bell pepper, and I'm just letting those cook. And I had some in a bowl already set out, but I felt like I needed more, so that is what I'm doing here, just adding more, and then adding a little bit more salt and pepper, and then just letting that cook. And then as you can see on the other side, there is my lasagna. It is boiling.
We'll go through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go.
So while I was letting my vegetables and my noodles finish cooking, I decided to go ahead and throw in the kids' squash. So that is what I'm doing here. I just like to get that done on Sundays. Alright, you guys, so my vegetables, my meat, and my noodles are done cooking. So I'm about to show you guys how I'm going to make my meat sauce. So I use the Great Value flavored with meat pasta sauce, and I have one in the fridge from a leftover. So I use my meat sauce. This is the one from the fridge, and I'm gonna put my meat. I'm first gonna do some garlic, put that in the bottom of the pot, cook up some garlic, and then add in my vegetables, add in my meat, and then add in my sauce. And that's basically just my sauce. It's super easy. You can just season it with whatever you want to. So I'm about to do that, and then we'll be able to get ready to make our lasagna. So I am making the meat sauce, and I'm first adding a lot of garlic because I love garlic. Look, 1, 2, and I'm like, maybe some more. But I'm adding my garlic, and then adding my vegetables, and then my pasta sauce. And you can get any like cheap pasta sauce. It doesn't have to be expensive. If you season it the right way, it's always going to taste good. So I'm just adding all of that in, and I was so ready to just eat it. It looked so good. And if you guys are enjoying this video so far, I hope that you guys like it, and leave me a comment on like what are some dinner ideas that you guys like to cook on Sundays. On Sundays I like to cook heavier meals, just because I feel like it's the right thing to do. We always grew up with a heavier meal on Sunday, so that is something that I decided to start in my home. So if you guys are cook on Sundays, then let me know what you guys cook. And then I took my jar that I had already had open, and I added some water in it, and put the water into the sauce just to make it a little bit more liquidy, and then just adding all of my seasonings in to my sauce, and it looked so good. You guys, just watch. Look at that. It was so good. I'm telling you guys. To make this, I'm going to leave a recipe as close as I can to this one down below, so I hope that you guys try it out. Okay guys, so my meat sauce is done. So I'm going to be using cottage cheese. I got the 1% milk fat, and I got the small curd one. If it was me, I would get the large ones, but I got the small one, and I'm probably going to use this whole thing. And then to top it, I got some mozzarella cheese. I might in between add some cheese. Not 100% sure yet, but let's start putting this lasagna together. Okay, I hope this is an okay angle for you guys. But we're gonna start with putting some meat sauce down at the bottom of our pan. It doesn't have to be a lot. If you have any leftover pasta sauce, you can use that too, but I'm just going to be using the meat sauce that I made. You just want it to be on the bottom just to cover that. And then I'm using an oval pan because I don't know where my square ones are. So I'm just taking my lasagna noodles and just layering the bottom of my pan. And I literally make this like all the way full. And I'm just tearing it a little bit. Okay, so then I add the meat sauce because I don't want my pasta to get dry in the oven, so I'm adding my meat sauce. And this bottom layer, I'm kind of stingy with the meat sauce because I like it to be at the top with the cheese. So good. Then taking my cottage cheese. Like I said, I hope you guys can see what I'm doing. That might be better. Okay. So I'm taking my cottage cheese, and you can use ricotta cheese, whatever cheese that you want to. If you want to even take mozzarella cheese and put it in the middle, you can do that as well. But I'm just taking my cottage cheese. I love cottage cheese, so. And this might be a lot for some people, but. And I'm just literally just kind of mixing it in. I'm not a chef, so don't be coming at me. But I typically do only like 2 layers, maybe, sometimes 3, but this pan is not that big. Okay, so then we're gonna take noodles and just do the same thing. Sometimes you gotta take some small ones to, you know, make it fit. And then, like, once again, meat sauce. And you want it to be evenly layered so that it cooks, you know, evenly. Cottage cheese. This is really bad layer. I probably should have got a bigger cottage cheese, but that's okay. Okay, so now we're gonna do lasagna noodles, meat sauce, and then we're gonna top it with cheese. Okay, then we're gonna do meat sauce. I know that this is super repetitive, sorry. Then we're gonna take mozzarella cheese, a couple handfuls of it. I'm going to preheat my oven to 350. Oh, it's 528. We're going to preheat the oven to 400 and let this just cook in the oven for about 15 to 20 minutes. Let the cheese melt and everything, and then I will show you guys what it looks like finished. So while my lasagna was in the oven, I decided to go ahead and clean up the bathroom. Now this is my kids' bathroom, or like our guest bathroom, but our mother-in-law, or my mother-in-law, was staying with us, so she was using our bathroom for the days that she stayed there. So we kind of took over Aaron and AJ's bathroom. So I'm just going in and cleaning that up and giving it a quick wipe down. We'll go through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll till I get up. Time is barely on us. And then I moved into our bedroom, and I'm just cleaning up the mess that I made that morning. I had filmed a my medical assistant school supply haul, so I'm just cleaning up that mess really quickly. And that was just my scrubs and my school supplies. And once again, I do apologize for the bumps and road noises that you hear. Like I said, I'm in the back of my husband's truck trying to get this voiceover done so that I can get this up on Friday. Through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. For the kids' food, that's Arian's and that's AJ's. I just made some mixed vegetables, and with the leftover lasagna that I had, I just tore it into pieces and then put the lasagna noodles in here with the leftover sauce that I had. I just thought it would be easier, and then I also didn't have to make them wait for dinner because they're both pretty hungry. And even though AJ is turning 1 Saturday, he still eats probably just as much as Arian does, so that is their food there. I am going to top it with a little bit of cheese, and then it will be ready. Okay, so this is what the lasagna is looking like. It is looking so good. I cannot wait to eat it. And I just have some garlic bread to eat on the side. Ignore my dirty stove, just cooked. But yeah, I cannot wait to dive in. So after dinner, of course, there were more dishes that had to be cleaned. I tried as much to clean as I went, but of course, there's always dishes after dinner. So that is just what I'm doing here, just cleaning up those few dishes that were left from dinner. And we'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon, turn us to thousands.
my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go.
Oh my goodness. So pretty. And then cleaning AJ's high chair, he literally ate mostly all of his food except for like what was left on the high chair. So I'm just spraying that with some Lysol and then wiping it down. That helps to get the red sauce off of it so that it's not so like tinted. So that's just what I'm doing here. Turn us to thousands, and we'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon. Turn us to thousands, and on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. Alright you guys, so that was everything. I hope that you all enjoyed this video. I hope that it gave you some motivation to 1, clean, and 2, cook. And if it did, give this video a thumbs up. Also, I will leave how I made this down below. I'll try to use some measurements down below, or I will find a recipe and leave the link down below. That's something very similar. But I hope that you all enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up like I said. Also, don't forget to comment and subscribe. And if you haven't already, hit that bell notification so that you don't miss out on any of my future videos. Thanks so much for stopping by. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.